Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about G4 being the slow motion train wreck that you can't look away from.
No. We're only on our second video on them.
Yeah, I just want to point out before we get started, we have not been riding the G4 gravy train. Now, I'm not throwing shade at any other YouTubers who have been covering the G4 debacle blow by blow, but we literally did one video on it 2 weeks ago.
We didn't care.
Because we didn't care, and we basically talked about the numbers, and we did talk about the host coming back and attacking fandoms right out of the gate and some of the drama, but for the most part, it was about the numbers, which we'll talk more about again. And the only reason we did that video, it was days late to the party, was because we had someone come to us and say, hey, Universal bosses are not happy. They're not happy with what's going on.
Why you looked at Social Blade first in the first place.
Yeah, and we're gonna talk about Social Blade and the numbers and how the 2.0 version of G4 is a disaster in the making. And here's the thing. So much of this damage could have been avoided had the hosts just stuck to games and not decided to go down these side tangents with their political beliefs.
And it wasn't just the chick. It wasn't just her that did it.
No, it wasn't just Frosk. It was Sessler too.
Yeah, it wasn't just her. And I mean, like I said in the other video, I think that some of the things that she said she wasn't wrong about, but the way it was done was really, really, really dumb. And then I also wasn't familiar with what was, how they got to where they were and some of the stuff they used to do. So I guess it's very hypocritical.
Yeah.
And I didn't, I guess to most people it wasn't what she said so much as how she said and the fact that it was kind of hypocritical.
G4 was known for, getting a little saucy at times.
They wanted dudes to watch, and then they're mad because dudes watch.
Pretty much, yeah. This does not seem to be par for the course anymore. I mean, basically, G4 came back, and they're basically Kotaku, the video edition, Polygon, the video edition. Things have changed. G4 is probably better left in the past, I think. But it just keeps getting weirder and weirder. Now, you have a blowout like this, and it's a high-profile blowout. You think you'd lay low and just be like, okay, whatever. And you can, take on your attackers, whatever. But Frosk is going out now and basically baiting people to have her on their YouTube channels.
She wants more attention.
That has to be the case because a lot of YouTube channels get a lot more traffic than G4 gets. It's just, this whole thing is getting weird. I think at this point, I personally would tell you just hunker down, focus on the show, focus on video games, and let the haters hate, but that's not how these people roll. They usually wind up digging themselves a deeper hole.
I think the powers that be would rather they hunker down, do their job, let the haters hate and move on. But
I can almost guarantee that the powers that be would rather that they just kind of shut their mouths and focus on building up this channel.
Well, she's trying to find someplace else to go because the channel's not going to be around long.
That could be too. It could be like, let's virtue signal as hard as we can so we can jump ship as soon as contract's up. I don't know. We're going to talk about it. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. Over 255,000. We finally hit 255.
Yay, woo!
Thank you so much for the support. We don't have as many subs as G4, but by God, it looks like we're getting more views on average than G4 gets. Go figure. Go figure. So let's talk about this. Frosk, aka Foreskin. That actually was her.
That was what it was?
That's what it was, yeah. I'm like, why does her name look like Foreskin?
Oh, but then,
she had to change it. She had to change it.
Okay, but I'm like, so wait, you're telling me guys aren't allowed to say something, but you're calling yourself
Foreskin.
Right. I found out a lot that I didn't know after the fact.
Yeah.
And it makes me mad because some of the points were actually valid, and then she just had to go cucka that up.
So we'll talk about that. So yesterday, I guess it was yesterday, she threw down the gauntlet to all those drama farming YouTubers. Again, I want to point out, not us, because we did one video. But anyway, so she's not talking about us. To all these drama...
No, I'm sure she's talking about us, because you're the one that threw it out there about the powers that be being pissed. Because we had people from Hollywood come and tell us.
They were pissed all the way around.
I know.
Not just at her.
That was us.
Sessler, too. The whole thing. They put a lot of money into trying to bring the G4 brand back.
She keeps acting like it's all about her, but it's not.
It's not just you.
I mean, right there. What's that? That's not tell you everything you need to know. It's all about me.
It's all about
me. Me. They mentioned me. I'm part of a team, but me.
To all these drama farming YouTubers, you can always reach out to my agent if you'd like to schedule a discussion.
You can always reach out to ours too, but we're not interested.
Yeah, people name checked us. They're like, oh, she'll go on Clownfish. We're not interested. I'm sorry. This is a train wreck. We will observe it. I am not interested in having her on the channel. We have not reached out to her. And yeah, we're not going to have our agent talk to your agent.
Sorry, not going to happen.
It sounds very elitist. Anytime somebody throws out, like, talk to my agent, or they put
that just means I'm trying to act like you have to be this tall to ride the ride, and I'm tall enough. And it's like, well, so are we.
We've been on that ride before.
And we've been on that ride for a while, so whatever.
So apparently people took her up on the offer, told my agent to pick the biggest of those who applied. Super excited to get on a call with these people.
She's not going to pick the biggest of those who applied. She's going to pick the ones that will give her the most attention, or the ones that are going to side with her the most.
So I think, this might have come about. Just a theory, because I know the quartering was having a conversation with the showrunner of The Witcher, and a lot of people were trying to get her to stop talking to him. And I have to wonder, because, he does get a lot of views, regardless of what you think. He gets a lot of views.
I didn't even know he did that.
I saw it back and forth on Twitter. I didn't watch any of the videos, but I saw there was a lot, like, don't talk to them. They're toxic.
Well, actually, and even in her, she can come into it and be reasonable and not be like she's been behaving on Twitter, then sometimes it's best to talk it out. But, I don't think that's how it's going to come, what's going to happen here.
Well, yeah, because she said she's super excited to get on a call with these people and watch them backpedal on all their vile trash talk.
We're hoping you're going to backpedal on your vile trash talk.
She thinks all these guys are masturbating to her or whatever. Or she wants them to. I thought she was gay. I didn't think she cared. That's why I'm really confused. I'm like, why do you care?
No, but when I say she has a point, what I'm talking about is the fact that, as a woman, I have been in situations before. Sometimes with gaming, women do get it kind of harsh. But I've been in situations before where, I've worked with somebody who was really, really pretty, right? And even if I had a good idea, or I said something, I wasn't as pretty as the other girl. So they wouldn't listen when I said it. But the other girl would say it, and they'd be like, oh my God, that's brilliant. Or did you hear what so-and-so said? And I'm just like, are you effing kidding me right now? So I mean, in that regard, I do kind of see where she's coming from on some level, because she's mad. Basically, she's mad because she's being compared to the other chicks that were there that are gone. And I get that. Yeah. But, the difference was, you're supposed to be in this position on this big gaming channel, and you're still there and they're not.
Yeah.
That's what she's mad about.
I mean, Olivia Munn, she's moved on to other things.
That's what she's mad about? She didn't get to go move on to other things? I don't know.
I don't know. She's got an agent. Get your agent on that.
Right.
Get your agent to get you moved into other things.
Even if she had some valid points, because as somebody who's been in these situations, she's not completely wrong. But there's a right way and a wrong way to address it. And that was not the right way to address it.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand, being frustrated about this stuff, but immediately attacking the audience. And again, it's not just her, it was Sessler too, on Twitter. And it's like, you guys have already damaged the G4 brand before it had a chance to get out,
and the thing is, where some people act that way, the majority do not. I mean, that's like saying that everybody who didn't like Star Wars, hated Kelly Marie Tran. That's not true. A couple people were extremists and did that, but not everyone did. And I think that, not every dude acts this way, and it's not fair to paint them all with a broad brush.
Anyway, she's super excited to get on a call with these people and watch them backpedal on all their vile trash talk. I wouldn't. I mean, I'll be honest. I wouldn't even put the offer out there. I'd be like, if you shit on us, I'm not going to, whatever. I did try to pop into Kevin Smith's live stream that one time, but he'd already turned the comments off.
Yeah, we actually offered him the chance to talk it out, but
he could have. He knows we have mutuals. He could have gotten a hold of us at any point in time. Anyway, saying they wrote a respectful email after some of these videos is wild. They overblow everything for clicks. So I don't know
but didn't someone say that the one email that she gave wasn't legit or something? I don't even know.
Either the agent email wasn't right or whatever, but she puts right in her bio. She's already looking. Look, I'll tell you the truth. We know how the game is played. She's already looking for her next job. She knows she's on a sinking ship. She knows she helped sink the ship. I'm sure the rumors are true. And she's looking to save face, and she's looking to jump ship to whatever's next.
Or to be like, look, I'm going to go learn them, and you have to forgive me.
I don't know.
I don't know either. I'm just like, there's a time when you just stop talking.
Because the only news about G4 now is this drama with her and Adam Sessler. That's it. That's all you hear about.
How come he's not getting the shit she's getting? You know, they're both being called out equally. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But she's the only one that's getting like the attention for it. Like they're not putting any attention on the other guy, even though he said worse things, I think.
She's got an agent.
Maybe. I don't know.
Hey, this sounds stupid, but we know how the game is played because, having had agents in the past, it's all about the PR and the spin, and you can tell who is better connected by how much lip service they get. Again, since we brought up Kevin Smith, you see Kevin Smith on all these blogs.
Oh, constantly. He
Constantly.
farted. Quick, CBR, write an article about it.
Kevin Smith liked this movie and cried. Do an article. That's because he's got a PR machine.
The top 5 movies Kevin Smith cried to. And 5 that he should have cried to.
Would anybody care under normal circumstances? No. But he's got a PR person. He's got contacts at these media outlets. He's got an agent. That's how the game is played. Why do some comic book creators get all kinds of press even though they don't sell for shit? They have agents. They have
why
PR people.
Why was the She-Ra show about Noelle Stevenson and not the actual show?
She's got a PR person. I can tell you who her agent was, and I can tell you who her PR person was.
We're not going to, but we could.
We're not going to, but we traveled in the same circles, and they're very small circles. So she's got PR machine. This could all be a big PR stunt.
Yeah, because
personal opinion.
Because honestly, I think that you'd see as much about him as you would about her, because some of the stuff he said was worse, and it's all about her.
Yeah.
Like he's mostly laying low, and she's out there like, fight me, bitches.
Yeah,
fight me.
Pretty much. And I'm sure that, it could be her agent, her PR person could be goading her on. Like, you got the attention. Because look, a lot of PR people, I'll tell you, they'll be like, there is no good or bad attention. There's just attention. Mm-hmm. So you ride that gravy train as long as you can. And if all these YouTubers are talking about you, which is part of the reason we didn't cover this shit, because it's like, we know how the game's played.
Some of these people that she's, would be the ones that I know that talked about her the most. I doubt highly that they changed their tone when they wrote her an email to their agent wanting her to come on their show. I doubt that very highly. I don't think they're going to be like, oh, golly gee, come give your side of the story. You're so right and we're so wrong, unless they were really trying to trick her into coming on the show. I don't think most of them would be. They'd be like, fine, you can come on the show.
No, I'd be like, fuck you.
No, but I'm just saying, do you think that, they're all trying to backpedal now. Do you honestly think the ones that covered her, the ones that are the bigger ones, are backpedaling now in their emails to her?
Probably not. It's probably, or it's a very business-like, dear Frosk, please consider coming on my show. We'll have a civil discussion in tea and crumpets or some shit like that.
Civil discussion. Yeah, well.
I promise I won't call you a hoe on air. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
I believe you're fuckable. Come to my show.
Again, I thought she was gay. I'm 99% sure she's gay.
I don't know. But there's pictures of her grabbing guys' asses and things like that.
Well, she didn't enjoy it. She just did it for the shock.
She was tickling their cheeks and like making faces and stuff like that. I mean, I just think that, when you're sitting there, I didn't know about any of that stuff at first. And when there's video clips of her doing things that are just as shitty as she's complaining about. And it's just like, it might be the culture of the channel, but then again, if that was the culture of the channel, then how can you be mad at the audience around the channel?
So there's a bigger discussion that's happening. And we've been saying for, God, probably a year or so now, looking at the attacks on PewDiePie and on Ninja and on gamer culture and all of that it looks like journos are ramping up for Gamergate 2.0. So the Frosk situation happens, right? So now journos are even running with stuff like this, that 80% of video game main characters are male.
Okay. I was saw a thing, it's unrelated but related. I saw a thing the other day and they're like, when was the first time you saw representation that you thought was representative of you in media? And I was like, when I was a kid, I saw lots of characters who were nothing like me in media, but I felt represented because I felt I related to them in some way. I'm just like, I don't have to have a woman. And then when you do have women, they're so controlled about what they can and can't do. Like they can't have their boobs sticking out. They can't have this. They can't have that. They can't be sexy. They can't be pretty. They can't be whatever. And it's just like, maybe they have more female characters. If game companies weren't knowing that if they have a female character, it's going to be met with so much bullshit that they don't even bother doing it.
Yeah, I mean that could be true. I mean, it could just be like we're not even gonna go there because we know we're gonna have a female protagonist and there's gonna be all kinds of discussions about how she looks.
She's too sexy. She's not sexy enough.
Fine, that leads a robot.
Because you don't see these conversations over the guys usually. Guy could run around with a piece of cloth on his crotch and that's fine. I mean, or he could be fully armored and that's fine. It seems like it's. When you're dipping a toe into this, you might end up being like losing your toe because there's no point. You never can make people happy.
Yeah, I mean it's a no-win situation, and I think gaming.
This is why I don't do gaming much, because it's such a cluster.
It's a clusterfuck, and I think gaming companies, studios, developers need to stop listening to the journalists, because there clearly is a political angle to a lot of this shit. I mean,
well, here's a political angle to this shit. Data shows that 79% of all video game main characters are male. But what about are they white? Are they black? Are they, straight? Are they LGBTQ? Are they whatever? There's a lot more to diversity other than being a woman or a man. And they keep doing this. Diversity means woman, usually lesbian. That's what diversity means according to everyone. But there's so much more to it than just, how many gaming characters are in wheelchairs, stuff like that. I mean, your diversity doesn't just mean whether you have penis or tits or either or both or whatever. You identify as neither. It's more than just that.
Penis and tits, either or both. Whatever floats your boat.
There you go. I'm just like, there's more diversity than just that.
Anyway, so let's talk about the numbers, because that's really what matters here. All this shit. They're losing subs on YouTube. Now, that's YouTube. Now, there is a difference between the YouTube audience and the Twitch audience. I did not realize when we did our previous video that they were, doing more on Twitch than they were on YouTube, and that does explain a lot. However, their Twitch numbers aren't great either. Let's look at the YouTube first. This is G4's official channel, almost 500,000 subs and dropping. We saw this kind of happen with Rooster Teeth too. But yeah, on a typical day, 50 to 60,000 views. That's not good for 429,000 subs. And they had a lot more subs than that last time we did a video. X-Play, worse. I mean, sadly, our Clownfish gaming channel, which is really kind of in beta mode right now, gets more views than X-Play. That's fucking sad.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just sad beyond sad.
But then Twitch, you said that it's different on Twitch.
Yeah, Twitch is a different story. Now, they're actually picking up people like crazy on Twitch, but their views aren't great. Now, this it probably depends on which days they do their broadcast, but they had 600,000 on the 21st.
But then it drops to 700.
Yeah. So, I mean, either way, any way you slice it, last
weird.
30 days, 2 million. That's less than half of what we get, and we are not a big channel. Like, we're not a big channel at all.
But but it seems like most of their stuff is on Twitch.
Yeah. But you go to YouTube and it's, I mean, look, 1.2 million for last 30 days. And they've been around for a couple months now. If I were Universal.
And that's up for them.
Yeah, that's up for them. They're actually up 13%. If I were Universal and I pumped the amount of money into this thing to bring this brand back, as I've heard they pumped into it, and within the course of, a week or two, the hosts have basically destroyed it, I would not be happy. I'd be like, what the fuck are you doing?
That's the angle we've come at it for, was like the business side of it.
Yeah, and this is not good. G4 is a zombified version of itself. Clearly, they do not understand where gamers are. These days, they're not understanding where the real market is. And if you look at not Sony's gaming division, because they're censoring all kinds of crap, but you look at the movie side of things, they're actually giving fans what they want, and they're being rewarded for it with Spider-Man and Venom and Cobra Kai and Ghostbusters, and they're being rewarded financially for it. What needs to happen is there needs to be a high production value video game show that keeps the fucking politics out of it. And the hosts keep their opinions. You're allowed to have opinions.
Well, even the gaming places are saying they don't want politics and everything.
Yeah, Kotaku has to backpedal, because Kotaku is owned by Geo Media, which is in deep, deep trouble.
Was
right
it
now.
Xbox the guy who said it too?
Oh, Phil Spencer. Yeah, he was. Yeah.
So they're all. Why do you think they're all in lockstep, actively trying to be like, we don't want politics involved? Why do you think that is? All of a sudden, because it's killing their business.
Yeah.
So they just want, and I think most people, I mean, let's be honest, most gamers don't want politics in their shit anyway. Most people don't want it. They just don't. They're tired of it. They just want to play a damn game and just blow some stuff up and be left in peace.
They're trying to get away from the real world by escaping to a virtual world. And the politics are worse in the virtual worlds now than they were, in the real world.
It's like with movies. You can't go to a movie or watch a show or anything. And then people just can't get away from it. So everybody in lockstep has started to turn away from politics. This is probably the wrong thing to do right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, G4, what they did.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And I think the brand could be brought back, but it would have to be brought back and they would have to be told to stick to games,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and you'd have to get hosts that understand we're just talking about games.
If they had just done that,
Yeah.
and they didn't have hosts going off like they did and going on Twitter and making comments and stuff like that, they probably would be doing a lot better than they are right now.
Oh, absolutely.
People wouldn't be all out to be all pissed at them and mad, felt personally attacked. They just kept their mouths shut.
People want to party like it's 2008 again. And you guys, that's what they were hoping for with G4, and instead they were reminded that, oh yeah, we're post-2016.
Remember the good old days when like you'd watch a movie and had no idea what the actor's politics were and you didn't give a shit. You just wanted to go see the movie because you liked that actor.
Yeah.
And actors knew to keep their mouths shut and it was, you know, everybody was happy.
Yeah, because, I mean, you're trying to sell to the largest consumer base you possibly can sell to. And again, I'm not saying people can't have opinions. I'm not saying you can't voice those opinions. But be aware that anytime you throw out a political hot take, you're immediately alienating a large portion.
There used to be a respectful way to voice opinions and have discussion. But now, in the way that the social media is set up and the way she behaved, there's no discussion. It's just blah, 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 at you. And there's no discussion. Now after the fact, we want a discussion.
Yeah, after the fact, after we got blowback, after I had some questions raised probably by my bosses, you know, and as I'm looking for my next job, I want to make sure I'm employable. So I'm going to make it look like I'm at least reaching out to these people.
Yeah, I don't know. But you know what? Don't care.
I don't care.
I mean, we would get a lot of views if she came on? Probably. Are we going to let her on? No.
Nah. Figure it out yourself. I don't really give a shit. That's not what we do here.
Unless something big happens, it's probably the last time we mention it.
Yeah, I mean, unless the channel gets shut down or something else stupid happens, I don't really
We're just stepping over it and moving on because that's what she wants is more attention, and she's started the problem and keeping the problem going. It's like deliberately putting things out there just to get more videos made about her, and then she's like, I'm gonna go take them on to because they got bigger platforms than she does. Of course she's going to.
Let it die on the vine, right? I mean, sometimes we'll beat a drum pretty hard with certain topics, but we also know there are certain people watching those videos, and there's a reason that we're trying to.
And the He-Man one was just because we were pissed personally at Kevin Smith.
We were personally pissed because he had ways to contact us, and he didn't do it. So, anyway, we're going to wrap this one up?
Yep.
All right. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We'll talk later.
Bye.